It started when she fell and bumped her head and couldn't get up. And she showed up. She was looking sick. She had a concussion. She shows up to the Benghazi hearings looking like she's about to die. And they put her in these glasses, these prismatic glasses for people that have double vision and concussion victims. More recently, she took the world's longest bathroom break. They cut back from the commercial. They came back live on TV. And where's Hillary? She's missing. Oh, here she comes. She strolls in. She's off in the bathroom somewhere doing something. And what else recently? She's got a hole in her tongue. She bit it or she's had a biopsy. There's something weird going on with her tongue. We're going to see some seizures she's been having. Here you go. What is this? What is this? She's out of control. She does not control her head or her neck or her jaw. She's just making all these involuntary motions. And she's shepherded around by her Secret Service guys. So she doesn't do press conferences. She only makes rare appearances. I mean, when she makes these rare appearances, as soon as she gets in front of the cameras, they're dragging her up the stairs by both arms. She can't walk up a flight of stairs on her own. They're afraid she's just going to face plant and bash her head open on the stairs. Okay, here's Drudge. Hillary conquers the stairs. So the rare moment, she walks up the stairs with help, or she has another seizure. Look at this. She's out of control. Slow motion. What is this? Why is she doing this on national TV? She's running for president. Look at this. She's not in control of her head, her neck, and she tries to play it off like it's a big joke. Like, ha ha ha, I'm acting like I'm out of control. It's hilarious. Well, no, it's not hilarious. Why would you do this? Look, she's still in it. She's still trying to play it off, but she's still not in control of herself here. She's still dazed. She's coming out of the seizure here. And she tries to play it off with a big smile. Does she have syphilis? Well, that syphilis causes dementia. Where could she have gotten that? I don't know. Oh, he doesn't look too well. He's hooked up with half of D.C. Here you go. That could cause it. That could cause these tremors and twitches. Look, there's no reason to be doing this. This is not funny. This is not a joke. This is not impressing voters. Every time this happens on camera, she loses voters. She loses votes because people can see she's not fit to be in the White House. This woman should not be allowed near any government office. She should not be in control of anything affecting 300 million people because she's not in control of herself. Now, watch the lady in yellow. Yellow circle. This reporter, this journalist, she's holding up a tape recorder to get Hillary's opinions. See that face she's making over there? She's going to jerk back away from Hillary and then say, "Are you all right?" Watch. "You all right? You okay?" No, she says, "Are you okay?" Here's Hillary. She starts jerking, going into the seizure, going to the fit, and her handlers are very close. They know this could happen. They know this is a possibility because they've been briefed. So they're not panicking. They're going to let her smile her way through it. They're going to let her smile her way through it. Now watch on the left, the lady on the left. She's going to jerk back. Look at that face. Jerks back. "You okay?" No, Hillary's not okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is not okay.
we're about to witness some scenes.
That's not okay.
Play this theater.
She's not okay. This is not funny. It's not ha-ha. She's still not out of it. She's still not answering. She still hasn't come out of it and started talking. See this guy on the right, yellow circle? What's he carrying? He follows Bill and Hillary around with this sharp object. Is that a knife? Is that a gun? Is that a corkscrew? What does this guy with the badge have? What is that? He's following Hillary Clinton around. He's less than 2.5 feet from Hillary Clinton, following her around all day. What is it? It's a diazepam injector. Okay? It could be diazepam, could be whatever. Name your drug. Okay? This is an injector where you don't have to be a doctor. You can administer it to yourself if you're not having a seizure. If you do have seizures, your wife or your husband, they jab you with it. They jab you in the thigh. It auto-injects you, and it brings you back down. Okay? This man follows Hillary around with this auto-injector, with this syringe, waiting to put her down when her seizures start. Okay? That's this man's job. Now, but when she starts flipping around and seizing up like this, that guy jabs her. Now, these documents were just leaked. These are supposedly Hillary's medical records. I don't know if they're legit. I don't know if they're real or they're forged. And I don't care because I have eyeballs. But let's pretend they're real for the moment. This is Hillary's real doctor. Okay, I confirm that. This woman works about a mile from Chappaqua, New York. About a mile from where Hillary's neighborhood. Okay? Mount Kisco is just the next town over. Okay, here's Lisa Bardak as the doctor. Lisa Bardak, MD, chairman of department, Mount Kisco Medical Group. That is actually Hillary's doctor. She treated Hillary following Hillary's concussion, which was widely reported. Remember when Hillary disappeared for 6 months? Well, let's take a closer look at these leaked records. Blacking out for short periods of time, uncontrollable twitching, memory loss, and fatigue. What else? Patient's been diagnosed with complex partial seizures early 2013 and early onset subcortical vascular dementia in mid-2013. Dementia. You got that, folks? Further down the page, patient scored significantly lower on today's test than when tested in 2013. Patient is also showing signs of having more frequent complex partial seizures. Diagnoses: complex partial seizures and subcortical dementia. Okay, folks, this is the real deal. Dementia. Hillary has dementia. And this lady knows it. She's got a front row seat and she's freaking out because Hillary is out of control. Maybe it's karma, I don't know, but she's lost control of her body. She now has physical seizures. And she's got dementia. Enough to startle that woman. Enough to startle that reporter and scare her. She doesn't care what happens to you. She wants to be in control of your family, of your family's health plans. Side by side, same thing. These are synchronized here. Look at this. This is not normal. She's acting like this is normal. It's not normal. She's acting like she's fooling us, and the press covers up for her. Secret Service, press, they all pretend this is normal. Hillary belongs in prison for deleting all those classified emails. But the FBI director was appointed by a guy with fake ID named Obama. So Hillary was on her way to jail until the FBI stepped in and covered for her, because the Clinton Foundation is a money laundering operation using the drug money bank HSBC and James Comey, okay, the FBI director. But Nurse Ratched wants to control your health care, and she, while she has dementia, while her brain deteriorates. Her brain is broken. This woman's brain is officially broken. She cannot be trusted to navigate a staircase by herself. And when she could think, quote unquote, clearly, what was she doing? She was springing child rapists from jail. Okay? This is going to be hell if this woman is not removed from the political arena and sent back to the insane asylum, the retirement home, wherever you want to send her, because we can't go through 8 years of this, her throwing seizures at the mic. Now, dementia, Alzheimer's, and tumor.
We are back live. Dr. Steve Pachenik, MD/psychiatrist, a board certifying individual who's run entire federal facilities, treated presidents, you name it. Went through a whole history earlier of how there's this long-term program of bipartisanly of covering up serious illnesses, a lot of times because vice presidents and others want to basically be running the show. That means George Soros, I guess, in the case of Hillary. But Hillary is falling down. She suddenly doesn't know who she is in press conferences. She won't give press conferences. She spent off and on a year in a very secretive medical facility that deals with brain tumors. I wanted to play a brief clip before we shift gears to another subject with him, since he mentioned it, this Fox News clip from Hannity. What do Hillary Clinton's neurological records show? Not the ones she put out from her little family doctor, you know, in New York that are just limited, but the real ones, the CAT scans, her true records.
Here's a clip. The picture, which shows Hillary Clinton apparently needing assistance to climb a flight of stairs at a campaign stop back in February, was picked up by the Drudge Report, which posted this headline over the weekend, detailing Hillary Clinton's history, speculating that the former Secretary of State could be experiencing a serious undisclosed medical condition. Earlier today, we reached out to the Clinton campaign for a statement, and a spokesman told us that the Drudge Report is shameful, and anyone who buys into that vitriol, including yours truly, is shameful as well. So shameful we are. But what was noticeably missing from the statement was any reference or rebuttal to the health issues that are alleged by Drudge and others. And Jim Hoft in an article, and, you know, Hillary's handler, I guess, called was a diazepam pen. What would that be for?
So one of the things that happens after having concussion, usually within a year or so, you should all the symptoms should resolve. Occasionally, you have a latent or delayed kind of post-concussion syndromes, and seizure
like
is one of
traumatic
those.
head issues for football players.
Exactly what it is, and that can come years down the road. She may have some of the symptoms.
You think that's what you're seeing?
Well, I certainly think that a traumatic brain injury with symptoms down the road is very, very likely here, especially since she had a blood clot on her brain. That can actually lead to a seizure problem. Someone's carrying a pen that you would use in the case of a seizure, a Valium pen. That makes me wonder about that. We need to see her records to see what's the sequelae.
They want Donald Trump's tax. There's two things we want from her. We want her speeches to Wall Street and the medical records in full.
Well said. I mean, how is that shameful when she's falling down? She's obviously having seizures. She looks worse. She's got weird lesions, rot holes on her tongue in multiple shots. She either acts disoriented or like a crazy, I mean, I don't mean to be mean. I'm not a neurologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I've seen Down syndrome children when they are either really bummed out and depressed, or they get these euphoric, crazy things where they look up and look like the Joker. I mean, she just acts like a crazy person. I mean, she acts like a crazy schizophrenic would, you know, at a four-way stop in downtown Austin. And she looks like a bag lady with her. I mean, I'm not being mean here, folks. I'm telling you, she looks like a classically insane person. Is that caused by a brain tumor? Is it caused by something else? I mean, everyone's just going with the story that, oh, she was in the hospital off and on for a year for a blood clot. Dr. Steve Pachenik, again, formerly a board certifying psychiatrist, MD, former head of psychological warfare for the State Department, you know, a guy that ran entire medical facilities. I mean, snapshot of this, dead reckoning. Is this a woman getting better from something or worse?
There's no question she's worse. Let me say something. She's not schizophrenic. But let me put the correct words. I know you're saying it in your lay terms. And remember, they're going to accuse us, you and me, of being conspiratorial since we've been doing this since 2001.
Sir, I totally understand. I'm saying I'm a layperson. I'm saying she just...
No, Alex, I'm not apologizing. All I'm saying to your audience is when we first said that 9/11 was a stand-down, everybody said we were crazy.
And now it's come out.
And that came... Now we know we know it was true. In the same way, I'm saying, as I said 13, 14 years ago, Hillary Clinton, and I wish her no illness. I've known her before. I've met her. She's a good mother, and Bill Clinton was a good mother to Chelsea. I happen to know that. But the reality is, when you see her now, for whatever reason, as a physician, as somebody who was an official within the State Department and still helps our government, I'm just simply stating that her history of sociopathy, her history of ongoing denial and distortion, particularly when Chris Wallace interviewed her and said, you're lying. Everything you said about Comey was the reverse, can manifest itself as confabulation, as an issue within herself of having a history of severe concussions 3 to 4 times possibly. We know it's in 1998. We know it's in 2009. We know in 2012, Bill Clinton even stated clearly she was in the hospital for 6 months under the care of physicians and surgeons. Here is what has to be done. Physicians and surgeons must open their records, not because they're doctors and not because they're sanctimonious and not because of HIPAA laws. We have to open those records because the state of the nation and possibly the world depends on what her mental health is and her medical condition.
That's right. When you want to be the president of the United States, you then make yourself open to the public. Things that were private now must
Correct.
be public because you now represent us, and I certainly agree. So in closing, if you have to dead reckon, Dr. Pachenik, I want to spend a few minutes on another issue and then let you go. I know you're busy.
No, let me say the second part. There's no question the Secret Service has to be brought before Congress to assess under oath what they have done and what they have seen. Not one of these things where they remain there for 10 years and then they write their books. That's not going to be acceptable. The Secret Service will be indicted for collusion in terms of creating a problem for the United States of America. Their loyalty is to the people of the United States, not to the presidency. Either they're funded by us and they respond to our request, or we defund them. There is no question the Secret Service for 50 to 60 years has covered up major malfeasance and malpractice that occurred in
Well,
the
look, they
White
want to
House.
expose Hillary and others.
Well, it's the same thing. They covered up for John F. Kennedy. They covered up for Reagan. They covered up for a whole group of people. If that's, in fact, what they do, then they are in collusion with malfeasance.
No,
and
I hear
they
you.
know
But
that.
bottom line, we need to get these documents out. And
Correct.
I mean, I think it's becoming a major issue. And clearly Trump is dead even or ahead in the real polls. They're putting out fake polls. I've never, I mean, as a former top psychological warfare expert, a guy that's helped keep governments in power, overthrow foreign governments. For people that don't know who you are, you're a rock star of that, probably more than anybody living. Dr. Steve Pachenik, looking at this election, just as a media analyst, I've never seen them photoshopping things, delisting Google, dirty tricks against Donald Trump. A, do you agree with that statement? And B, why are they pulling out all the stops?
Because they're frightened. And also, this is the modus operandi of the Clinton machinery. They have always been crooked.
Yeah, so I want to go back to the mental state of Hillary Clinton really quick if we can. My grandmother died of Alzheimer's. My great-grandmother died of Alzheimer's, and it all started with falling down, forgetting who people were, twitching, things like that. So it definitely looks like she almost has an onset of Alzheimer's in a sense. Like there's definitely something going on.
That's what Pachenik said, plus brain tumor.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
In theaters now, it's August 2016. Hillary's America. In theaters now. Go see it.